Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Real Sports Updates here. Back again with another video. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. Let's get right into it. Should the Chargers draft a wide receiver in the first round of the draft? And this is something that I've been, thinking about for the past few days. I have been, and I've done a video previously. I've been pot committed at right tackle for a long time. Let's shore that up. Let's get that, let's get that taken care of. Right off the bat in the draft, let's get it taken care of. But, as as time goes on, and as I've been looking at some of the draft boards, I've been looking at some of the player profiles, been looking at some of the highlights. I don't think that I would be against the Chargers drafting a wide receiver in the first round. Now, obviously, I've heard a lot of Charger fans, especially last year, say that we don't have enough, we really don't have enough speed on the offense and whatnot. The Chargers have speed on offense. Jalen Guyton, number 15, the wide receiver, he is, I believe he's the fastest guy on the team. He is in low 4.3, I believe, like 4.33, 4.32 or whatever. Now, for whatever reason, Joe Lombardi had him run a bunch of curl routes all season, especially early in the season. He was running curl routes and stuff like I don't know why he wasn't down the field. I have no idea why he wasn't down the field, but he obviously was not used correctly in the offense last season. Now, going forward, the Chargers did tender him, so I expect him to be back next season, but the Chargers have to put him in a position for where he can actually be a star. And if you guys remember, just 2 years ago, Justin Herbert's rookie year, Jalen Guyton had like 350-plus yard receptions. And he was, beating corners like really badly, especially if the guys are not pressing him off the line. He's just going to run right past them. Justin Herbert has one of the best arms in the league, the best arm in my opinion in the league. And, he hit him for a bunch of 50-yard touchdowns, 50-plus yard touchdowns. Last year, I believe it was, he only had that one against the Giants, with the crazy throw by Herbert. But Jalen Guyton being the fastest guy on the team was not used the way other teams use their fast receivers. You see the way Kansas City uses Tyreek Hill. Who else comes to mind? Like the way that teams have used various teams he's been on, Deshaun Jackson. They're not using him to go downfield. He's just been running curl routes, and that's pretty much what, it's around the same area that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams like to work as well. So the Chargers have some speed on offense. They just don't use it properly. And I think that was a huge problem with the offense that a lot of the Charger fans seen. The one game that comes to mind is the Broncos game. Nobody was running down the field. Nobody was running down the field. All of these routes were intermediate routes, 7 to 12 yards or whatever. And Denver was playing really, really aggressive defense. They had their corners lined up one-on-one. And, that's a time where you send your receivers down the field. You pick up, big, really, really big gains, or, you get pass interference calls. But regardless, though, the Chargers do have some speed on offense. It's just about utilizing it. It doesn't matter. You can have the fastest guy in the world on your team. If you don't utilize him in a position where he can, show his talents off, to the highest degree, then it really doesn't matter. And that's pretty much what was going on with the Chargers last year. Now, coming up in this draft, there is a lot. This is a very deep wide receiver draft. All of these guys can run, too. This was the fastest group of receivers, like, ever, I think, at the Combine. I think, like, the average 40 time for receivers was like a 4.4 or something like that. So all of these dudes can pretty much run. That's why I think there's going to be a lot of guys available later on in the first round, even particularly in the second round, too, if the Chargers want to, maybe get back in the, if they do end up taking a tackle in the first round, if they want to get back in the second round, there's going to be some speedy guys in the second round as well, too, if Tom Telesco is willing to, give up some later draft compensation, to move up in the second round and grab one of these receivers. But one of the main things I think is trying to draft a receiver to keep him out of Kansas City. Now, I don't think Chris Olave is going to last to Kansas City. I can't. Kansas City is like, I think they're 27th pick, 26, 27, something like that, or even later, maybe 28. I'm not sure. But Olave is not going to last till the 28th pick. I don't believe Garrett Wilson is going to last till the 28th pick. The only wide receiver in the first round I see possibly lasting to the 28th pick might be Jameson Williams from Alabama. That dude is explosive, extremely explosive. And him getting injured in the national championship game against Georgia, I think that really swung things in Georgia's favor. Because if he's playing, I don't know. That game might be a lot, a lot different than what it really was. Because he really was, just starting to get into his bag in that game, and he couldn't be covered at all. And he is a guy. He has, obviously he tore his ACL, so he hasn't, worked out or anything. He's still recovering and all that stuff. But if he was gonna run, he looks like he's a sub 4.3 guy as well too. Maybe sub 4.4, low 4.3. But he's fast. He's explosive. His body control, the way he is able to maintain his speed, going in different directions and stuff. Like he really is he's gonna be a dude that's gonna be making some noise in the league. But he has to get over the ACL injury, obviously. But he's a guy I think that can fall down some draft boards. And if Kansas City does get him, then they have successfully replaced Tyreek Hill from at that point. But I think that would be the only Jameson Williams. If he is there for the Chargers at 17, then I think. If the Chargers were to go ahead and do that, make that move, I wouldn't be mad at all, because now you have, you're going to have this guy, he's going to be rehabbing, so there's not going to be any rush for him to get out on the field and, take over games and be that guy. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Josh Palmer, there is, veteran receivers on this team, guys who have been productive their entire career. So there's really no pressure on him. He can just sit back and, get his knee stronger, get his body stronger, and get ready, and, hopefully be able to make his NFL debut, at some point later in the season. But, I think that's probably the only guy that I would be okay with the Chargers drafting, as far as receivers go. Obviously I'm still, like I said, pot committed to the right tackle position. I would love Trevor Penning, would love that, but there is a draft strategy. Well, there's several draft strategies, and one of them is keeping guys who are going to ball. Like that Jameson Williams can ball in the Andy Reid offense. Part of your draft strategy is keeping guys out. Keeping guys away from Kansas City. Keeping guys, you don't want Patrick Mahomes just lost his fastest receiver. He just lost his most productive receiver. You don't want a guy who is, in the same area as far as speed-wise, but a little bigger, right? A little bigger, a little shiftier, stuff. You really don't want him falling down to the Chiefs. So that should be part of the draft strategy as well too. Let's keep these guys away from there. Let's have Kansas City draft a safety or something like that. Somebody who is not going to affect the game on the level that Tyreek Hill affected the game, which made the Chiefs what they are. That's who they are, is because of Tyreek Hill. So that's definitely one of the strategies I think the Chargers, the front office, Tom Telesco, Brandon Staley, they should all be thinking about this type of stuff as well too, because you're not just passing up on guys. You could be potentially creating a issue for yourself in the division as well too, by just passing up on these guys. So it will be very interesting to see what the Chargers are going to do. At this point right now, I don't even know if they are really committed to one person. I think they're going to have to do interviews, and they're going to have to try to, just try to draft the best player, that they can, especially if they are looking for, to upgrade the offense, if they are looking for a speed receiver, if they are looking for a good right tackle, that's what they're going to have to do. But, hey, man, like I said, I wouldn't be against drafting Jameson Williams, because I think he's the only guy that's going to be there. But there's really no telling. The Chargers sometimes have been kind of hit and miss in the draft as far as what they've done in previous years. You take Derwin James, right, one of the best draft picks. Then you follow it up with Jerry Tillery, and it's a guy who really is not doing a whole lot or not living up to the first round build. Same thing a couple years ago with the Corey Liuget draft pick. I didn't know who he was, and I thought, okay, this, and then it really didn't turn out to be anything. And I don't even think he's in the league anymore now. So it's been a little hit and miss, but I do have faith in Tom Telesco. He really got after it in free agency, so that lets me know that he is really trying to upgrade this team, and he's trying to get this team over that hump. So if they do draft a wide receiver, Jameson Williams is our guy. I think unless Olave falls a lot, if you're expecting him to fall past 15 or whatever, then maybe you take Olave, but I don't know, man. I think Jameson Williams would fit in perfectly. Deep threat. You got Justin Herbert, one of the best arms in the league. It just works out. It makes perfect sense, and it will make the Chargers better this season. At some point this season, like I said, after he rehabs his knee. But I think for the long run as well too. If you're looking, Keenan Allen is 30 years old. We don't expect him to be give 10 more years or whatever. So you're gonna have to look towards the future. Of trying to get his replacement in. And I think Jameson Williams is a guy who can come in and learn from Keenan Allen. He obviously has better speed and stuff, but he can come in, learn the game, learn how to prepare, do all that type of stuff. Josh Palmer was a really good draft pick last year, 3rd round. He proved to be really good, especially towards the end of the season. He picked up the offense, and he got comfortable. So, if this is something that the Chargers do, I will be happy with it. If not, then it's right tackle. That's what we need the most. So, but that's pretty much it on this one, guys. I've just been thinking about this for the last few days. Hit the comment section though. Let me know what you think. Should the Chargers go wide receiver in the 1st round? And if they should, who do you think that they should pick? Like I said, I'm going with Jameson Williams, but some people might disagree. But yeah, hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Consider subscribing to the channel. Please give me a like button. Almost at my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So please keep the support coming. Thank you guys for the support so much. And that's pretty much all I got now. Until next time. See you later.